minimum number of jumps, right? So it's a basically geeks for geeks medium type problem, and it's a very popular question asked in various of MNCs. So let's try to solve it. So given an array of n of integer error where each element represents the number of steps that can be made forward from that element, right? So according to the statement of the question, what we can get is basically we have to output the number of steps. So what will be the our number of steps, right? So if you find that if you are at first position, right? So here it is saying that if an element is 0, then you cannot move to that element, right? So if your first element is 0, then you simply return. Why? Because your first element denotes you are at the first position, right? So your first position of that element, first element, denotes the number of steps. So here it is 1, so you can step only one step, right? So you can by 1 you can only reach to the 3, and by 3 you can only reach to the 9, right? And by 9 you can reach to the last, because these numbers are greater than 9. So you have to output that the number of steps. So here from this statement you can see that the first jump from the first element to second element with the value of 3, right? Now from here we jump fifth element to the value of 9, right? So we jump here and from 9 to the last, right? So it is clear that we have to output. Now what will be our approach? So if you don't get to reach at the last end of the array, so suppose you are getting somewhere 0 or your element is not reachable to the last, then you have to return -1. So our approach will be simply, you have to take let's say variable, okay? So from this element you can jump only up to this element, right? So you have to take one variable to the maximum reachable element, right? So first of all, so I am directly jump to the code, because by coding you can easily understand this approach, right? So I can take that maximum reachable, let's say there as max r, right? So it will be simply the first position of the array. Now it is first position of the array, but later on I will change this variable value. So now for the each step, so step value will be now initialized as again array of 0, right? Because we want to check the each step, whether if somehow that your step is somehow 0, then we will be increase the jump, right? So I can take the jump variable and let's say it's initialized as 1. So first of all you have to take jump at 1 position. So if you find, let's say two corner cases are there, I am saying that. So what are the corner cases? So if your n is equal to 1, why? Because your array consists of only one element, right? So there is no need to jump, right? So your simply return the 0. And if you find that your first element is 0, right? So error of 0, so that will be 0. Then you have to simply return the -1. Why? Because you cannot jump anymore, right? So I think there are two corner cases are there, so more corner cases will be appear later on. So let's see, and then we will be checking. So we will be running one for loop. Why for loop? Because we want to travel to the each element of the array. So starting from 1. Why I am taking 1? Because first element is already I am standing on, right? So I am starting from the next element to the last element. So I understand in, right? And here I will be checking that if my I is, I means me, I am standing here. So if I somehow reach to the n-1 position, at the last position, then you simply return the value of jump, and our jump value will be updated later, right? So it's a here output our coming from this jump variable, and your max r, this will be updated. This will be updated as max of maxer and I plus the error of I. Why I'm writing so? Because you can see that suppose here you can from the first step you are reaching here 3 days. So according to 3 your max is updated as 3. Your max R should be updated as 3. Why? Because you have to travel the 3 element from the 3, that is from the 3 you have to travel 3 elements. So your max R should be updated as 3, right? And for this purpose we will reaching so how we will get the value of 3? So we have to add the previous I value with the array element, so by which we can get the max value. And if you and here your steps should be decreased for each number of I. So as you increase I, your steps should be decreased, and by which doing so, if your step is somehow 0, then you should increase your jump, right? As I already take the 2 corner cases, so there should not be any 0. So you simply increase your jump variable, and then one corner case also rise. So let's say this bracket, and there are also condition checking for the step is equal to 0. So if your step is equal to 0, then your jump increasing. And so now there is a corner cases which we have to take, that is if, right? So your max range is somehow exceeding, so your I value is somehow maximum range greater than maximum, right? So for that, so this case we are not taking, so you cannot take the last part, right? So you simply return -1, so you cannot go here. And after that you have to update your step size as max of or -5, right? And at last here you have to return, after returning from the for loop, return -1. If none of the cases is possible, then -1. So I think I have done all the cases. Yeah. Okay, let's compile and run. Okay, here I'm getting E. That is E. So initializes. This is not A. This is E RR, and this is E RR. Okay, here is coming. Let's submit it. Submit for done.